Our next guest is a Nigerian actor who's been named to Vanity Fair's prestigious New Wave list.
Woo!
Now you've seen him in The Hunger Games, and now he's joining another monster franchise.
Now, here to discuss his role in the new blockbuster film Terminator Genesis is Dayo Okeniyi.
Yep.
Yes.
That's how you say it. Say it with your chest.
With the bass.
Absolutely.
With your chest. With the bass.
Bass.
I like that.
And you better get it right, because we're both Yoruba, so.
I know.
You know?
If I got it wrong, it'd be a real problem.
Real problems.
Yeah.
You can't go back
Family
to
calling you like, girl, what's going on?
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about Nigerians taking over Hollywood. What is in the water in Lagos? What's going on there?
I don't know. We're just
there's Adapero, Uzo, Orange is the New Black, you, Adewale from Oz, and what's the one that Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know. We're just very dramatic people, you know? We're just, I can't explain it.
You can't explain it.
Okay, well, maybe you can explain Terminator a little bit for us. Because maybe not, because you weren't even born yet when the first movie came out 31 years ago in 1984.
Yeah, I wasn't born either.
You see, I have a funny story about that.
Okay.
You know, I grew up in Nigeria, and I saw it when I thought it came out, because we just got stuff late. So I actually didn't realize that the movie came out before I was born till I started doing press for this.
So how old were you when you actually saw it?
I was a kid when it came out. They're like, wait, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 27. They're like, nah, it came out before you were born, but we just got stuff late. You know, in Nigeria. So we thought we were with it, but we were.
How old were you when you actually saw it?
Man, I probably was the first one, and I probably shouldn't have, because it was R, but I think I saw that when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah,
really young. I mean, I
late.
loved Arnold, you know.
Right.
Everybody loved
Arnold.
Now, earlier in the show, I did my Arnold impersonation. You spent some time with the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger. Give us your best Arnold impersonation. Go.
I should give it to you. I give it to you right now. Yeah, that's good.
That was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's not the impersonation. This is me. That's what I do.
Wow. Yeah, a lot better than we did. Yeah.
Sorry, Arnold.
No, that was good. So tell us, what was it like working with him, though?
I mean, he's everything you would think he is. I mean, he just has so much life in him. I mean, if you've seen how he looks in the trailers, I mean, he got back in shape for this movie, and his energy is very infectious. You know, he's just one of those people when you're around, you want to go lift up, you want to go lift some weights. You're like, I'm looking a little too soft. I got to do something. You know, and he's like what, 60 something, 70 something.
Yeah.
He's way up there. So
he's up there.
He's definitely legendary status.
Now, I mentioned Game of Thrones earlier. Clearly, it's my favorite show. Emilia Clarke is also in this film. Talk to me about what it was like to work with her.
Well, Emilia, she's sweet. I mean, for somebody who on screen has such a presence, there's something very, when you see her on film, there's a power to her. But in real life, she's like the sweetest, you know, just everyday English girl, you know.
Really?
So, yeah, she's definitely awesome.
All right, so this is the 5th installment of this film. So break it down. What's going to happen? You played Danny Dyson, the son of once Joe Morton played.
That's right.
You know, the guy who was running Skynet. That's a legendary role for him. So what's going to happen in this one?
Well, this is definitely a retelling of the whole story. Basically, what it is we're taking the DNA from the first and second movie, and we're completely turning things around. I mean, fans of the initial, you know, couple movies will see a bunch of things in there that they recognize. They'll see characters that they're familiar with, but we take that story and we completely pivot and go in a very interesting place with the story.
Now, talk to us how you went about landing this role exactly, because I'm sure this is one of those coveted parts that everybody's auditioning for, right?
I mean, young African-American character that's a genius, and he's a CEO of a technology company. Everybody wants that, because it's not the stereotypical role that, you know, a lot of actors of color, you know, are faced with. So it was definitely one that everybody wanted, and I was lucky because the person casting the movie was Ronna Kress, and she had cast me in a movie called Runner Runner a while back. So, so she had me come in, and she was like, we're looking for somebody who has, you know, some kind of a background with, you know, technology and telecommunications, and somebody who can speak that language, CSS, HTML, and I was like, me. I went to college for that stuff, so I'm poised to play this. So what do you need? And we worked on the material, and 2 weeks later, I got the part. Yeah.
You know, Drake always raps about starting at the bottom, but you actually started at the top. I mean, you debuted in the Hunger Games.
True. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hello.
It was a crazy time. I just moved out to LA. I'd been in LA for 10 months, 10, 11 months, and that role kind of just came out of nowhere, which is crazy because when I moved to LA, I had a 1-year plan with my folks. They're like, okay, you got a year, and then if nothing happens, you got to use that degree for something that you went to school for. So I just made it in the nick of time before I had to, go back to Atlanta and try to get a job in advertising or something. Yeah.
And we have to personally thank you for all the sequels after the Hunger Games because you saved Katniss's life. Without you, there would not have been more movies.
Just a little bit of a thank you or something, Jennifer.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, it was always like the running joke, like I don't get nothing from okay. I saved your life, but yeah, you let me get eaten by mutts or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it
was a great experience. That whole movie was. It was everything for me.
You mentioned your parents, your Nigerian parents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know my parents had a mind meltdown when I told them I was going to be a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
What did your Nigerian parents say when you told them that you wanted to be an actor?
Go ahead.
No.
Really?
I'm telling you, surprisingly, my
You're one
folks,
of the few that, I'm sorry, have ever said that have come in here.
I know, I'm very blessed. It's a very unique situation. I feel like my father, he's the first from his family to go to college. He didn't just go to college, he went to college in the United States. His story is very much a story of risk-taking. So he kind of understood that a little bit.
Okay.
But parents, they love you. They want the best for you. So even though he said go ahead, it was more like okay, all right, go ahead, man, do what you need to do. It was a little bit of a clenched, fist, but he knew he had to let me go. And my mom was definitely a champion of, yo, go do you. Go make that happen. We'll support you, whatever you want to do. But you got a year, though.
You got a year.
Get it right.
So now they're like,
exactly.
My son, he's an actor.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yes.
So before it was, Dayo, well, he's in LA. He's in LA. But now it's like, they're showing the magazines and stuff. They're parents, so they want everybody to know about, everything you're doing. So.
Proud parents. So what's next for you then?
I'm just moved to New York. I'm shooting a TV show out here, NBC, Shades of Blue, Jennifer Lopez and Ray Liotta.
Goodfellas Ray Liotta.
Goodfellas Ray Liotta.
Nice.
That's Henry Hill on set every day.
Nice.
And
what's it like working with J-Lo?
J-Lo's great.
Do you ever get caught staring at her? Like, oh, my bad, my bad.
All the time. All the time. And I just got to be like, I'm sorry, I forgot my line. Can you just do it again?
What exactly are you staring at? Just curious.
Her eyes, man.
Oh, of course, the hair. I was thinking the hair because his hair is beautiful.
I'm looking into her eyes.
Yes,
her
exactly.
personality.
Yes, so important.
Yeah, stay focused.
So important.
But she's great. And people are going to see her on the show in a way they've never seen her before.
Really?
Yeah, she's going in.
And when can we expect it?
January, it's a mid-season pickup, so you guys will see that in January.
Oh, we can't
Hopefully,
wait.
yeah.
Dayo, you have been such a delight. Please
Thank you.
come
Yes.
back anytime.
Just invite me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be waiting. Just
You have an
outside.
open invitation. You're welcome here anytime. It's your second home, and we'll make sure we check you out. And Terminator Genesis, when it hits theaters everywhere, July 1st. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We got two movies, two
I know,
popcorn
I'm excited.
movies. Yeah, let's do that. You're watching the Rise Entertainment 360, and we'll be right back.